Hey y'all, welcome back to Brick Language. I'm Tracy, your host, and today for our language talk, we're going to talk about the 4 seasons, and we're going to build this Lego 3-in-1. So let's get started. So if you're joining us today to listen to the language talk, we're just about to get started. If you're joining us for the Lego build, look down at the table of contents below and you'll be able to fast forward to the Lego build. So today's discussion is seasons. What a perfect time of the year to start talking about seasons. And if your child has a language disorder, if they have difficulty expressing themselves and understanding vocabulary, chances are pretty good they struggle with the seasons. So this is your opportunity to step in and help your language therapist and help them in their speech therapy time by working on these seasons at home. So let me show you how to do it. We've got 4 ways that I like to use in therapy and you can use at home to help your child understand seasons. Number 1. If you don't have a calendar at home, can I please encourage you to get one? Right now is the perfect opportunity to go get a calendar. Your calendar is also going to be a place where you can come together. Put it in a centrally located place in your house. The kitchen, the dining room, even put it in your child's bedroom. Maybe your children share a bedroom. It's a perfect place to put a calendar. And let's talk about our seasons. The first thing you want to do when you get your calendar is mark your seasons. There's 4 of them, obviously, and they typically happen sometime between the 19th and the 22nd of the calendar month they change in. Get your calendar out, circle this day, and write spring. Most of this month is still in the winter. And then we're going to change, and the rest of the month will be spring. So I would even put up here, winter/spring. I like to decorate this sometimes. Sometimes I'll put in my calendar in my classroom, had little leaves and little trees with nothing on them and wind. I encourage you to do that if you can. Number 2, use YouTube and YouTube videos. Those are your friend, and they can explain seasons sometimes in a way that maybe you can't. If you have older children that maybe don't know their seasons, but they're very inquisitive and tend to ask questions, that would be a perfect time to use a YouTube video that maybe explains. And I have a few that I have found. I will put those links below. But find you a YouTube video that explains to kids what happened. If your child is younger, or perhaps has a very short attention span, or maybe doesn't really understand a lot of talking in videos, that actually lends itself to season music videos. So your child is likely listening to a music video at school that talks about the seasons. I have one that I really like well, and I will actually run the video entirely, because it's usually, if it's a song, it's a minute or so. Run the video, then play it again and stop the video and talk about what we're seeing. That video is set up for you to talk about. Also, while you're watching videos, if you've not discovered webcams online, there are live webcams all over the world. Major cities, parks, zoos. You can go to I believe it's earthcam.org, but I will link that below. In particular, there is a park, and I believe in New York, that is called a Critter Cam, and they decorate the area like the season. This is a perfect opportunity for you to see a live shot. So, number 3, use your calendar and associate people's birthdays and holidays with the season. Find their birthdays on the calendar, circle that day, and put the season at the top. Then you've got a real point of conversation. Oh, look, your birthday is going to be in the spring. The other thing you can associate is children remember holidays. They may not remember the names of them. They may not remember the date of them, but oftentimes they remember the celebration of them, especially things like Christmas, Thanksgiving, where family gathers. Those are the things the kids are going to remember because there's experiences attached. Number 4, the thing that will help your child remember their seasons is, what are we wearing? And that is probably the easiest association. It's the thing they will get at school. They will talk about clothes. This item right here is something else I want to show you. I actually bought this for my nephew, but there are 3 bears. You can see Papa, Mama, Baby Bear. And inside here has all of the clothes that they would need for the seasons. And you can actually change their clothes out to go with the season. So this would be a very simple thing to set up in your child's room for them to play with, and let your children practice clothes here before you have to make the change in the bedroom. And that is our next kind of part of association, is what they're wearing themselves. Now, if you live in a place that stays warm all year, like Florida, California, the southern part of the United States, you may not actually change your clothes a lot. There may not be a big change in clothes. But if you do have any kind of change in season, then it might be a good time to switch out clothes and talk to your child about changing our clothes choices. And then last, but definitely not least, another really good way to teach seasons is with your Lego. So we just finished doing The Witch, and that was for Halloween. And there's not tons of fall Lego things, but there are a few. This is a very easy one. Now, again, we've talked before, I'm a big lover of 3-in-1s because you get 3 builds. But here's a red fox, here's an owl, and here's a squirrel. We're actually going to do the squirrel today because I think the squirrel just lends itself. Plus, some of the earth cams, you can see squirrels a little more readily because now they're really starting to pack their nests full with acorns and those nuts that are falling off the trees. So to recap, our 4 things are: 1, get a calendar and let's mark that up with some things that help them remember their seasons. Number 2, let's use our YouTube videos and our songs to help us remember those seasons and to help us discuss those seasons. Number 3, let's put associations on our calendar for our child, like birthdays and holidays that are important. Number 4, let's associate our clothes and those kinds of things that we change into with our season so that we know what's happening. Hopefully those are some good tips for you, something that you can implement really quickly and something that you can do very easily that will help you along with teaching your child seasons at the same time that maybe your child is getting speech therapy and can learn those seasons as well. So that's our language talk for today. Now we're going to get into our build. So let's talk a little bit about it. This is Creator 3-in-1, and the number on this is 31154. Forest animals, the red fox. I will tag this below. My husband bought this for me, so I'm unsure of the cost of it, but it is 9+ and it is 667 pieces. So I'm not sure how many pieces there are that are actually the squirrel, but we'll see. This is also the first time that I've ever done a build where I didn't do the main build first. So we're going to look and see if we can start with the squirrel rather easily. I'm going to show you the back because you can see the squirrel a little easier. It looks like there may be an acorn in here. I'm not sure, but we'll check. The owl actually has a branch. So really you could do any of these. But the squirrel kind of, again, lends itself to the fall. And because squirrels are easy to see and kind of locate out in environment, we don't see a lot of foxes. And you might not see a lot of owls, but you can see squirrels. And so this is a good place to start. So let's get started with our build. All right, let's see, we got our 3 books. Here's our fox, here's our squirrel, here's our owl. So it looks to me like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 bags. So we're going to use all 5 bags, as you can see. So let's get started on our red squirrel. So let's get started. Welcome back. Day two. So we're gonna finish up our squirrel today, and then we'll look at our final product. All right, so here we go. So I think we've just attached the tail to our squirrel. That's pretty cool. It's pretty heavy. Very cool. So there we go. Big fluffy tail. That's very cool. All right. So it looks like we've got a leg. Oh, yeah. All right. So let's put it on. Let's see. Let's do his left leg. Oh, very cool. All right. There it is. He's got a leg and a foot. So I bet we're doing it again. So you can see that we've got the same leg in reverse, and we're going to slide it over here and put it on his right leg. Make sure I've got it facing the right way. We're going to pop it on. Yeah, there we go. We got legs and feet. You can put his feet wherever you want them. And, you know, it's interesting because now I kind of get why there's this little piece down here, which holds this heavy back end stable so that he doesn't fall backward on his tail, which is brilliant. Awesome. There we go. We've got hands that go up and down and in and out, which will be good if we end up getting an acorn out of this. Look at his little face. Ears move out. That is great. Little eyes on each side. Nose. And so now it's time to attach it. We have a squirrel. One acorn. That's awesome. So we're going to put this in this young little squirrel's hands because that is what he would be doing. He would be holding it. And there he is. There's our squirrel. with his acorn because it's fall. This was our Lego build today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something about seasons and perhaps how to tackle that with your kiddos and how to start talking about those things. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.